Most people run out and buy all the UAD plugins and spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on plugins they have no idea where they're from or why they're buying those plugins. But I gotta stop you today because there's already so many plugins right here within the Waves bundles. And today I'm gonna show you one that I absolutely love on guitars. And if you're not here for electric guitars, then get the f out of here. Let's go. Pow! If you've heard of Eddie Kramer, if you've heard of any of the legends of any time doing anything with electric guitars, you'll know the name Helios. You'll know the EQ because it is just legendary on electric guitars. But today I want to show you the Waves version of that, which is the HLS by Eddie Kramer, right? Incredible plugin. I'm going to show you on a song that's unreleased that I'm working on that's going to be released soon. So I'm really excited about that as well. Let's get into it. I'm going to just show you a little bit of the verse here and the electric guitar we're going to mess with. And into the chorus, and then I'll show you this plugin and the magic it does on this electric guitar.
When you walk by, all I stare, you light up the room, floating high, but you never waste a moment on my mind. We're just 15 minutes to midnight, baby, and the bloodshot promise in your eye. I'm coming undone. Yeah, I'm coming undone.
All right, a little taste, a little snippet of the song, 15 Minutes to Midnight, that I'm going to be releasing here in July. But I want to show you this Helios plugin, and it's called the HLS. It is by Waves. I'm going to focus on this rhythm guitar right here, and I promise you guys, like, once you use this EQ, once you use this plugin, you're going to be like, how did I not know that this was just sitting in my plugins folder? I'm an idiot! I suck at mixing! I suck at guitars! This is a rhythm guitar. It has like this clanky kind of thing, and I think it's super awesome. All right, and then I'm going to go the stereo HLS, and this is what you get. Now, I'm also, further along in the video, I'm going to show you the UAD version of this, and we're going to compare the two, okay? We're going to really get a contrast of what this really is. So this is modeled after the Helios console EQ, okay? Very, very popular EQ from, I believe, 70s, 80s consoles, and just really colorful, musical. But there's a couple things that to keep in mind about this plugin that I don't think a lot of people know about, is that if you actually just have the EQ selected on a band, like for example on the 60 Hertz band, and you just have it on, like you're not boosting, you're not doing anything with the EQ, it still pushes the guitars forward. It still gives it nice bottom end, which is really cool for also for like kick drums or bass guitars, right? So let's hear what it's doing with this rhythm guitar on and off.
When you walk by,
now you probably notice right away that you're getting like more thickness in the guitar, and you get it kind of like pushing up front a little bit more. It's just kind of giving it some chunkiness, some weight, which I really love about this plugin. But let's start to, you know, give it a little bit of a boost there in the 60 or maybe even 120. The thing about the 60 Hertz band here is that you're actually getting harmonics and you're getting boosting going on all the way up to probably to like 150 to almost like 175 Hertz, right? So there's something magical going on with this EQ and just the way they design this. So there's also this EQ cut, so you can cut or you can boost. There's these bands up here. You could say, hey, I want to take, you know, -4, +4, you got a preamp gain. This is the mid-range. You know, this is a pretty simple EQ. It's not very complex at all. This is basically saying, hey, here's 10K. Do you want to boost it? Do you want to cut it? This is the mid-range band, and then you have the kilohertz here. So like you can go 700, 100, or 1000, 1400, 2000, 2800, and just find like that sweet spot. I absolutely love boosting 4.5K like on guitars and stuff, right? So let's just give this a little bit of boost in the mid-range. I mean, guitars in the mid-range are awesome in the high mids, right? That's where you get that rock and roll, you know what I'm saying? And then here we're going to leave this as 60 and we'll just turn it on. Like, I'm not going to do anything else, right? And let's turn this on. You also have noise, like you have original, you have low noise. So original noise, meaning just the original noise from the console, or you have low noise, like which is taking out some of the noise. And then you have a trim, you have analog, on, off, all Waves plugins, like most of them that are modeled after analog units have this feature, which is 50 Hertz or 60 Hertz. Basically, you're just talking about 60 cycle hum or 50 cycle hum, depending on European standard or US standard of 120 volts. Very, very basic stuff, but it's going to give you that, you know, that analog vibe, whatever you want to call it. So remember, we got the EQ cut. You can turn it on or off, and then we have the phase. So before I told you this is EQ cut or boost, this is basically just saying turn on the EQ cut, okay? And then I'm pretty sure the light goes on, right? I'm not going to give you like the manual definition of this shit because that's just not how I do these plugin of the weeks. If you want the manual, read the fucking manual, right? I'm not here to do that. But I'm going to show you exactly what this does on this guitar. We just popped up a little bit of that 4.5 and you got peak or trim. So there you go. You can cut or trim on that. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. You could push the preamp. You can go mic or line. I'm going to leave it on line and let's see what we got here.
When you walk by, all I stare, you light up the room, floating high, but you never waste a moment on my mind. We're just
Whew, that's sweet, man. It just sings a little bit, you know? It's just like, it's spanking. That 4.5 really makes that and makes those harmonics of that distortion really come out, which I love. But let's try like, you know, boosting a little bit more and just kind of over dramatizing this EQ because I want you guys to really understand the color of the Helios. I think it's incredible. And then we're going to compare it to the UAD version, which, you know, most people just think like, oh, UAD is more real and it's better, right? Not always. So we're going to find out. All right, let's use it to cut out some of that mid-range in the 1K to 2K range so we can get out of the way of the vocals and see what we can do there.
when you walk by, all I stare, you light up the room, floating high, but you never waste a moment on my.
All right, now let's push the preamp a little bit. Let's see if we can really get this to be chunky. And by the way, I'd rather have it peaking at 4.5. I think that really was singing nicely. So I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to take that 10K boost down again because I want to leave that for the vocal. And then I'm going to push the preamp a little bit. And we're also, I really like this being at the 60 Hertz and just barely going anywhere. So let's try this and let's try pushing the preamp a little bit.
When you walk by, all I stare, you light up the room, floating high, but you never waste a moment on my mind.
So preamp pushing really isn't doing much, which is interesting. So let's compare this. Let's go into the UAD version of this, the Helios, and let's just compare them. Let's put the same exact settings up and let's see what we got. So the Helios Type 69 is what this is here. We're going to go to the stereo version. And there you go. I don't have it, so I'm going to start the demo here. All right. Same exact thing. And you could kind of see like exactly how it's mapped out. Now, remember Eddie Kramer, you know, he worked on a bunch of Jimi Hendrix records. He worked with the Beatles. He's worked with so many people, but that's what this is more tuned towards, this Kramer's, you know, HLS Helios, right? And then this is the actual Helios. UAD is trying to just do like, hey, this is the Helios, right? This is the actual Helios. So we have a very similar setup here. We have the preamp, right? Preamp, mic and line. Those are switched on this, right? And then you have, yeah, it looks like the 10K band. You got the mid band, the peaker trim. You got the bass, right? Everything's the same. Let's just check it out and make sure that these are all set up the same. EQ in or out, right? So we know we're affirmative that this is the EQ cut, which is out. It's probably a British term, right? Cut the EQ. The EQ cut. I don't know. I'm not making fun of Brits. I love them. Easy, guys. Easy. All right. And let's mess around with this. Let's set it exactly how we have this one. So this is kind of hard because this has like a mid band where you have like a 0 here, but let's set it at 1.5. Let's set this around the same. It's hard to tell because you just can't see the numbers on this one. But maybe there's a key command or something we could do here. I don't know. How do we do it? Yeah, I don't know. So we're just going to bring it up a little bit. We're going to bring it up the same amount. So here we have the exact same settings. We're going to bypass this one, the UAD version, and we're just going to pop these in and out and see what they're doing. The UAD Helios seems like you got to push it a lot further to get the same kind of spank and the same kind of aggression out of what you're getting from the Kramer HLS. There you have it. Plugin of the week, Kramer HLS for the win. And I think this is pretty affordable. Like Waves is always on sale. It's a very affordable plugin bundle. Incredible on guitars if you're working on electric guitars at all, especially anything distorted, harmonic, even clean guitars. This thing is just awesome. And you can just hear like what they put into this. It has its own stank on it. It's like anything Kramer does, right? It's like very definitive. It's like, bam, here you go. So you guys go pick this up. I think it's well worth it. I'm not here to like promote or, you know, demote any plugins. I'm just here to give you guys the plugins that I really like. And the plugin of the week is all about showing you guys new plugins and where I use them, how I use them, and how we use them here at Radium. And look out for the record, 15 minutes to midnight, coming out July. Hopefully beginning of July. I'm just waiting on artwork. I'm really excited to drop it. So all the support is always really nice. And click that link in the description if you guys want some plugin presets. I have the Mixing on a Budget bundle series that's all about the Waves Gold bundle. And if you want to pick up some extra Waves plugins, etc., it's all about showing you different techniques I use for mixing vocals, right? It's mainly on vocals. It's showing you real projects and how I freak those things. So thanks for tuning in. Smash the like button. Do all the YouTuber stuff because I'm not necessarily a YouTuber, but you got to do that shit so other people can watch this stuff and find cool guitar tones.